it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will have a major transfer news on what Liverpool are going to do in the January transfer window. We have a Jude Bellingham transfer news update from various journalists and pundits, and also according to Graham Bailey, Liverpool have done major work on transfer targets Konrad, Laimer, Ruben Neves, and we will talk about Youri Tielemans as well. So if you enjoy these transfer updates, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new here, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates on Liverpool FC. It's no secret that Liverpool are looking to sign a midfielder in the January transfer window, regardless of whether the takeover goes through until then or not. And according to Bailey, Liverpool did a lot of work towards the end of the summer transfer window on transfer targets like Konrad, Laimer, Ruben Neves. Wolves didn't want to sell him. Konrad, Laimer, Leipzig didn't want to sell him either. But Laimer publicly admitted that he would love to play for Liverpool. And in the end, instead of spending, Liverpool went with Arthur on loan, which was a terrible decision in the end because he has been out injured basically all season. But as well as Arthur, they also did major work on Konrad, Laimer and Ruben Neves. According to Bailey, Neves has been linked with a number of clubs in recent times, with Man United, with Barcelona and other clubs. And whether he is available in January remains to be seen, but a new manager, Juan Lopetegui, won't want to be losing any of the big names at Wolves, but certainly Liverpool are interested in the type of player that Ruben Neves is, a box-to-box player who can score goals, get assists, but also who can defend. The problem, for example, with Youri Tielemans is twofold at the moment. The main problem is Leicester are in good form and they are trying to build on their good first half of the season by keeping all their stars, even though Tielemans' contract is up at the end of the season. Leicester don't want to sell, and that is not a huge shock given their excellent recent run of form. It seems Leicester would be willing to let him leave in the summer on a free transfer instead, and when he's available, Arsenal also like to Tielemans and they have done a great deal of work on him. And one name very much in contention is Konrad Laimer for Liverpool. The Austrians saw a move to Bayern Munich fall through, so it didn't happen, but now he has very much his options open. He's out of contract in the summer and Leipzig are ready to do business, because if they don't sell him in January, they will lose him out for absolutely nothing. He has just returned from injury and he will be fully fit for the season restart, and Liverpool do like him. Of course, Jude Bellingham is Liverpool's top transfer target at the moment, but I don't think Dortmund would be willing to sell Bellingham in the January transfer window, and I think a Laimer in the January window makes sense because he would be available for a cut price free, because his contract is up at the end of the season, so Leipzig would accept probably 10, maybe 15 million for him. And Laimer has previously admitted that he's a big fan of Liverpool, and also Wolves midfielder Ruben Neves said that he's far from confident to staying at Wolves. He did eventually decide to stay in the summer, but Wolves are at the bottom of the table and they are really struggling, so if a serious offer comes in for Ruben Neves, I think he would jump at the chance to play for Liverpool. And also Konrad Laimer said this about Liverpool: I have the greatest desire to play for Liverpool. I'm generally a football fan. I generally like watching the Premier League. I've always been a Liverpool fan. That's what Konrad Laimer said, which is brilliant. So get him in Liverpool. He is a Liverpool fan and he's also very, very good, a very versatile player as well. So Konrad Laimer is a 25-year-old midfielder. He's 180 centimeters tall and he already played 6 games this season for Leipzig. He had a small injury which kept him out of action for a few weeks, but last season he played 43 games in all competitions, scoring 5 goals and getting 6 assists, which is a pretty decent number, and I think he's a really, really good box-to-box midfielder. The previous season he was struggling with injuries, so he didn't play a lot of games, and that's a little bit of a concern that he had one season where he was out injured for a long time. But the season before that, in the 2019-2020 season, he was playing for Leipzig and he played 42 games, scoring 4 goals and getting 7 assists. So that is pretty good, and he's at the perfect age, 25 years old. He's entering the best years of his career. That's when midfielders peak, between 24 and 29, 30 years old. And he's also an Austrian international. He played 24 times already for the Austrian national team. And apart from that one injury hit season, he always played around 40 games with Leipzig. That was his first season where he played 29 games, but that was probably a bad season for him, where he wasn't first choice after signing from Salzburg as a 20-year-old, I think, or 19-year-old. So you expect at 19, 20 years old to not start regularly, but after that he has been starting regularly for Leipzig, as I said, always playing 42, 43 games in 3 of the 5 seasons that he has been there. And Liverpool already have a lot of midfielders on their shortlist for the January transfer window. Konrad Laimer would be my first choice, but there is, of course, Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, Yuri Tillemans from Leicester, also Sander Berge from Sheffield United, Hossein Aouar from Lyon, Florian Neuhaus from Borussia Mönchengladbach. So there is a lot of options for Liverpool on the table. I think the best 2 midfielders are Konrad Laimer and Yuri Tillemans from Leicester, who are, out of this list. But I think the Liverpool analysis team have to pick out the best midfielder from this list, the best midfielder who is best suited to Liverpool's playing style, and I think that would be Konrad Laimer, definitely. And Jude Bellingham had an absolutely wonderful first game in the World Cup for England. England scored 6 goals against Iran, and Jude Bellingham, he scored his first goal in international football in a World Cup for England, which is a fairy tale scenario. He's only 19 years old, but he looks like a 27, 28-year-old mature midfielder. And also some pundits really praised Bellingham already, saying that he's becoming world class in front of our eyes. Jamie Redknapp, for example, said that Bellingham and Steven Gerrard are very much alike. They are just great midfield players, and they are generational talents, to be honest. He has a little bit of everything, Jude Bellingham, and that's what I like about him. He's very controlled. He's an exceptional young man. There is not many people like him. He's super bright, and he just looks like a role model. And everyone is going to, hopefully, during this World Cup, fall in love with Jude Bellingham. And Fabrizio Romano labeled Bellingham's superb opening performance, and he said he's a really special talent. Maguire had a great game, but I also think we can say that Bellingham is now 100% to be considered one of the best midfielders in the world. It's not just about the potential, he's really special. Players' value will inevitably go up if they have a good World Cup. This is good for Borussia Dortmund. This is why they didn't want to discuss selling Bellingham for 100 million euros weeks ago. They knew there could be a chance of demanding more after the World Cup. I think this will prove to be a smart move. Yeah, Borussia Dortmund was very smart in demanding money straight away for Bellingham. They wanted to wait until after the World Cup to see how much his value increases, and it's not really good news from a Liverpool point of view that Bellingham is having such a great World Cup, because his value is going up, his price is going up, and a lot more big clubs will be interested in Jude Bellingham. The likes of Man City, Chelsea, Man United, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain and others will be very interested in Jude Bellingham. And also Rio Ferdinand said, "I don't think I've ever seen a player in our country being able to speak so eloquently, so confidently and so balanced at this young age, at this level. It's phenomenal to see. He is captain material." And it's pretty astonishing that Bellingham is already a fully established, borderline world-class midfielder at just 19 years of age, and he's giving interviews like he has been in football for 10 years. Rio Ferdinand said he can do anything in there in terms of speaking to youth coaches who have seen Bellingham and managed him and coached him. He can play in a defensive midfield role comfortably. He looks equally as good as a box-to-box midfielder, and he can also play as a creative midfielder in the number 10 role. And this guy has it all, and that's why I'm absolutely desperate for Liverpool to sign him, but we shall wait and see whether Liverpool can manage to pull this transfer off, but I really hope so. Alan Shearer also suggested that given the talent which is on the table, it won't be too long before Bellingham found himself pulling on another club's famous colours. It's only a matter of time, because before Bellingham goes to a huge club like Real Madrid or Liverpool, because that's the talent that you are talking about. First and foremost, to be an England captain, you have to perform on the football pitch consistently, and also be a role model and lead by example. And the way Bellingham carries himself, the way he talks, it's fantastic. And I really hope that serious injuries are going to avoid the Jude Bellingham, so he can fulfill his potential. And I would hate to see Bellingham go to a rival club in the Premier League. I would hate to see him in a Man City shirt or a Man United shirt or a Chelsea shirt. I want him to be a Liverpool player. His idol growing up was Steven Gerrard, and I think it's very interesting what Jan Åge Fjørtoft, a Norwegian journalist who is working very closely in the Bundesliga, covering many topics, he said, and that is his take: Dortmund boss Watzke doesn't want to sell him, Bellingham, to those kind of clubs, meaning state clubs, so Man City, Newcastle, Paris Saint-Germain. Dortmund don't really want to sell to those kind of clubs. His mate, Jurgen Klopp, is at Liverpool, but Team Bellingham will make their own analysis. And yeah, that's the thing. Watzke, the Dortmund CEO, and Jurgen Klopp has still a very good friendship, very close relationship, but ultimately it will be about the price. If a state-owned club gives the highest bid to Dortmund and Bellingham wants to go there, I don't see Dortmund accepting a lesser offer from Liverpool just because it's Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. Football is a ruthless, cutthroat business, and I think Dortmund will sell to the highest bidder, depending of course on what Bellingham wants to do as well. At this moment, Bellingham looks like such a brilliant player. He will probably choose his next club, Bellingham, because that's how good he is, and let's wait and see what happens. I really hope that Bellingham already has decided that Liverpool will be his next club, because I think if he goes to a Premier League rival, that will be very, very tough to take. I would have loved to see Jadon Sancho at Liverpool. I think he's wasted at Man United. Jurgen Klopp would have made him such a brilliant player, much, much better than he's developing at Man United, because Man United doesn't have the right structure. Man City, on the other hand, I think Bellingham would love to learn from Pep Guardiola, and he would love to play in the Man City team alongside world-class players, but let's hope it's Liverpool who get Jude Bellingham. Let's wait and see what happens. And Raymond Domenech, the former France national team manager, has labeled Mo Salah as world-class, and he said he would love to see him, Salah, play for Paris Saint-Germain. If we talk about Mo Salah, I can only say he's world-class, he said. All the awards that Salah won are fully deserved. It is unfortunate that he will not participate in the World Cup. I would certainly like to see him play for Paris Saint-Germain. A player with this mentality pushes the team forward, and he would be a huge addition. He's on a level that only Messi and Mbappe reached, and embodies what every coach wishes for in a player, and he will add so much to French football. But I think that ship has sailed, because Salah signed a new contract last season, so he will be at Liverpool for the foreseeable future. And I honestly hope that Salah retires at Liverpool, because he would break so many records if he stayed at Liverpool for the next 5 to 6 years. I think he keeps himself in an immaculate top condition. He's a model professional, so I really hope that Salah retires at Liverpool. And why would he go to Paris Saint-Germain? But at Liverpool, he's literally the king of Anfield, and he's our MVP, our most important player. He's our biggest star, and he loves Liverpool, I think, and the fans love him. So long may the Salah era continue at Liverpool. And thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.